I don't even think they're Market Pantry. What's the Ralph's version? Or not Ralph's, Vaughn's. What is it over there? Safeway. They're all owned by the same company. What is it?
Safeway is Albertsons.
They're all owned by the same company.
QFC here is Kroger, which is Ralph's and Smith's.
Oh, you're right.
California, it's Ralph's. Las Vegas, it's Smith's.
What's that?
Sorry, I forgot to count again. I accidentally hit the button.
Oh, we're live?
When?
Yeah, just like now.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, just now?
Yeah, okay. Cool. But yeah, it's I don't know what the off-brand is at Safeway. So whatever the off-brand is, it's the off-brand.
Kirkland's Best?
Is it still? It's not Kirkland.
Or is that's Costco?
Kirkland's Costco.
I've never had a Costco membership.
Yeah, it's a pretty magical thing. It's a pretty magical thing.
Laura, are you gonna count us down or what?
Oh no, she said we're already live. So.
Hyperactive, interactive,
Yeah.
community-driven Twitch channel. You know what's funny is that my voice sounds real bad, right? Extra bad. Because of the dry chips, but
Yeah.
when I speak of Jim Stewart Allen, say what? Money.
It's funny because I also laughed at myself.
Say what? Money.
We can see and hear you.
Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
Woo!
Whoa!
Wait, what?
Whoa!
No.
We're live!
No.
Hey guys! You
Are
sound
you-
like a drill instructor. No, you sound like my grandmother right before she died of lung cancer. That wasn't meant to be a joke or anything. That was just an observation.
Welcome to Honesty Hour. We talk about Zach's grandmother dying of lung cancer and me taking pills.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome. I'm here on Honesty Hour with Sally.
It's all about the vocal fry and just giving the people what they want.
Yeah. We're going to talk about stuff tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to answer questions. We're going to get to know Sally better and deal with you guys freaking out about change and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, freak out. Hey, did you get the invite to the sweater party next week?
I did. I did.
Are you coming?
I do believe so. It's the day after my birthday.
Really? So it's going to be your birthday party.
I mean, I didn't say it.
So we're going to have a white elephant gift exchange?
Where I'm going to get the gifts that I want taken away.
Yeah.
Because that's what a white elephant means.
Because it's your birthday.
Because happy birthday. It's right before Christmas. Yay.
What?
Woo.
What's like the one thing you really want? So I can make sure to put it in the white elephant thing and you can watch someone else get it.
Friendship.
Oh, well, never mind.
Friendship.
None of that. Not gonna give any of that away.
A new nebulizer.
Nebulizer?
Woo! Thank you for the resub. Vincenza TV.
Wait, do you and Cheryl have the same birthday?
We do.
Really?
The 21st, yep. Next Wednesday.
It's crazy.
It's the solstice, darkest day of the year.
It's weird that there's 365 days in the year and that sometimes
Two
people
of
have
us.
the
Two
same,
of us.
Same birthday.
It's kooky.
It's like there are a lot of people on this
Kooky, ain't
planet
it?
or something.
Um,
Go!
What's up?
What's up, everybody? We're gonna answer questions and stuff.
I'll talk my way through this. Oh, Jabberwocky's starting it off.
Well, we picked up keys today. We picked up
Official?
the shiny keys to the new studio.
What neighborhood in LA?
North Hollywood. Nice part of town.
Oh, cool.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Too many crackers. Saltines. You know, you shouldn't give saltines to people before they go talk on camera.
You shouldn't give asthma to people before they go.
I'll work on that.
Talk on camera. It's all his fault.
And
Always.
And
Yeah.
Maker, don't be a dick, dude. Trying to correct me. When I say we picked up the keys, Lucas is part of we, bro. He's part of Hyper RPG.
Oh,
that's we.
Your brother.
That's we. We, as a channel, as a company, as one singular
As
unit.
a womb.
Don't try to separate us.
They have
Don't
shared
try to
the same
divide us
womb.
and put these party lines and these like invisible boundaries here. Don't do that, motherfucker.
Okay,
we are
so-
one unit. We are Hyper RPG.
This is the ending of his mother's uterus, and this is the beginning. Imagine me as like.
Don't imagine it.
Lucas,
Don't imagine it. Stop imagining right now. Just
Brothers.
stop imagining. Just stop imagining.
Womb mates.
Stop. Just fucking stop.
But it's the truth. I have 2 brothers.
You have 2 brothers?
Yeah.
And you imagine that womb scenario.
I'm okay with it for one of them.
Okay. For only one. Only one.
Woo!
So,
Oh, but
AC Wraith. Uncalled for. Okay. So, moving
fan
on.
art.
I feel like we should just get like the news stuff out of the way, so then we can just have a conversation and answer questions and talk and get to know
It's
each
a lot
other.
of news. A lot of news. Yeah.
So news-wise, like I said, picked up the keys today. As you guys heard about Vanquished, we'll talk more about it because I'm sure stuff will come up. Open Legend, the new RPG, will start second week of January because we're taking the second off because it's national holiday. So, you know, second week. But we have tons of big announcements that are going to happen. But they're going to happen next Monday. So next Monday at 1 p.m., we're going to have a State of the Union address because it sounds cool as shit when we call it that.
Are you gonna? No, this right here.
We are gonna announce things about 2017. Next Monday, tune in 1 p.m. It will be us, the crew here, with the crew Skyping in from Los Angeles, and we're gonna talk about 2017 with you guys and announce all of the new and awesome fucking shows. It's going to be rad. I'm actually really excited.
I'm excited about this. It's scary for some of us, for all of us. I guess.
It's actually scary for everyone.
Change is scary. Change is
and
scary.
I don't want to call
but
it change. I want to call it an upgrade, which is
Upgrade.
it's an upgrade.
Expansion pack.
It's an expansion pack because we're adding a lot of new content, and we'll be able to tell you guys about it on Monday. And the reason we're doing it Monday is because that's the date we've given ourselves to lock all of these shows.
I am very
lock
excited
it.
for Monday specifically too,
Just to find out what's up.
because
So-
I'm in the dark just as much as a lot of other people.
Yes.
So
Well, the one thing you're not
Super
in the dark
excited.
about. So this is what we can go ahead and get out of the way.
who is it? The
The one thing we're gonna get out of the way is the part that we'll talk a lot more about on next Wednesday's Honesty Hour. But with 2017 coming up and the changes to the schedule and all the upgraded new and big shows, the one big massive change that's gonna happen is we have to get rid of all of our midday shows. All of them. That's across the board. So, and the biggest reason that is happening is we can talk about this next Wednesday when it's Mitch and I on Honesty Hour, because Mitch is going to have a more involved role here at Hyper next year, so we'll get to talk to you about all that stuff. But basically, it's because none of our midday shows made money. And at the end of the day, we're a company. And especially going into 2017, we've got new investors to talk to you about next Monday, new people to talk to you about who are involved, and we have to show our books to everybody and validate our choices. And whenever we talk about things and go, oh, all of these shows lose money, those people say, why are you doing them? And we say, because we like people. And we
It's
like
not the
working with people.
involved necessarily.
No, it's not. We love
Being
everybody
one
involved.
of those people. Like,
Yes.
I
So-
know it's not.
Yeah. It sucks, but that's just pretty much the way it is because we pay people. If we didn't pay Sally, this wouldn't be an issue. Do you want to work for free forever?
Not forever, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it later.
But I will say, like, God, my voice sounds so much worse than I thought it did. I find that when I talk like Jim Stewart Allen, it
Can you
sounds better.
Can you do the impression the entire night? Because you guys, yeah, no, you're good.
I will say that Jim Stewart Allen and I both understand we are important parts of the community. Something to Beauregard. And we will still be around so much. We'll watch you in your sleep, etc. That's the worst Jace I've ever done, but
yeah, but you get it.
But that is accurate.
Yeah.
That's we both understand. Like that's
yeah. Tomorrow will be the
happening.
last episode of Off the Trails. Now that being said, Sally and Jim Stewart Allen are still a part of the family. So if you come step into those two, we're gonna have issues. They're still a part of the family. And that means they're still part of our hosting and like being guests on our shows and being a part of the network and our big events. They're still here. They just won't have an official show because we can't pay them anymore.
And we get that though. Like
Yeah.
Jim and I both are like completely, and I'm sure we will talk about this tomorrow
Yeah.
on Off the Trails as well. So
We really like that
yeah.
show too. That's what sucks about money sometimes, and that production costs money, is because
Production costs money.
stuff that we really, really like ends up not making money, and we get really sad.
Yeah.
Because it's something like we enjoy, and it sucks sometimes that the stuff we enjoy the most is the stuff the audience like. And that's the thing too. That's what bums me out. There's a lot of people watching right now who are kind of like, oh no, they're canceling stuff. But you guys don't watch our midday shows because we know we have the numbers, and it makes us sad because we really like some of them a lot. Like Off the Trails, it's fucking hilarious and really, really funny every week. But numbers aren't there.
But we and Jim and I I love saying Jim and I. It sounds like Gemini. It's fun.
I thought you were about to say it because like you like imagining, Gemini. Like it just sounds good. The two of you together, the two of your names.
Nope, but thanks Joe goes live for the resub. All the above. Sorry, I was just being a good employee. Well, I still can.
Yeah, people are gonna say they have jobs, they can't watch, blah blah blah. So you get it, you understand why it doesn't work. Then you get it. There's no audience there, so it happens.
But Jim and I we're not mad. I mean, we're excited for what's to come because we know that we will still be a part of this.
Oh yeah, you guys are still gonna be around.
So we know that. Don't freak out. Don't get scared.
There's no reason to. 2017 is gonna be fucking awesome.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah. We're really excited.
Yeah. It's good stuff's coming up. Good stuff's coming up.
Stick around. Like I said, Monday, 1 p.m. It'll be like a midday honesty hour. And like we said, nobody watches midday, so we know that the chances of you guys being there are low. So it's great for us. Less pressure. No, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we're doing it then because that's the best time to do it. Just get the news out there so you can clip it, you can save it. We'll put it on YouTube and you guys can be excited about all the crazy stuff that's coming up in 2017.
It's cool,
it's really
exciting
good news.
It's really exciting news.
Yeah, it's really exciting news that I wish I could give you right now, but I'm going to make you sit in suspense till Monday and deal with all of you complaining in Discord and on Twitter and everywhere else and us going, guys, stop it. It's fine. Everything's great. It's good. We're great.
Very J.J. Abrams of you.
Yeah.
Viral marketing, it's great.
I don't know if
wonderful.
it's viral. When we have this small of a community, it's not really viral marketing. It's more them just going, oh, change!
I spent like the first online forum that I was like really invested in was a Cloverfield forum.
What?
At that time, 11808 forum. Thank you, Omen's Call, for the bits. And
okay, I want to hear more about this. Let's get right into.
Thank you, Catherine.
Let's get right into
in
this.
between like my summer of like 8th and 9th grade. Well, my mom made me. I'm so sorry about my voice. It sounds real bad. It sounds so much worse than I thought it would. I haven't spoken outside or out loud that much today.
Send Sally to LA and turn her life into a fish out of water sitcom. I'm just a white.
Well, Ayana.
I'm just a white girl from out of town in a big city that doesn't.
Thank you, Mr. Al, for the bits.
Pretty modern concept.
The nanny has already been made. And that's a reference to my cat. So
You know, you could do a really good Fran Drescher like impression right now. You're like really close. Hey,
you,
Serenity is lost. Thank you for the follow.
my cat, like Anya, literally has the voice of Fran Drescher. That is why I adopted her.
Really?
It's like, oh, this little kitten came and
Hey guys, I saw the
flopped
post.
over
Drink.
nasally.
Drink.
Wait, is there like a drinking game?
Yeah, every time you bring up Anya.
Oh,
We're
have
gonna
fun.
we're gonna get people fucked up tonight.
Hey Mitch, are you still here? Can I play this game too? Cigars dipped in battery acid. Thanks, Marvis.
No, you said it's asthma, right?
It's asthma. Yeah, it's reactive asthma. Anyway, Cloverfield though. Mm-hmm. Like the initial like 11808 trailer. That ruled my life for months and months and months. And that's that was the first non-Harry Potter midnight movie premiere that I ever saw, was Cloverfield. And I am a big fan.
Did you like the movie?
Thank you, Squeaky Fox. Sally.
Oh, can you get some Ray-Bans?
I don't know exactly where you can get them, but highly recommended.
Ray-Bans.
25% off. It's great.
On your Twitter, right? Just follow you on Twitter for Ray-Bans?
Apparently all those links have been deleted.
What? How
I
you
was
gonna make that commission?
I was just looking out for everyone. It's just like,
You just wanted us to get the valued eyewear, and you got punished for it.
I just thought it would really
fucked
up all of your looks.
Twitter, why do you gotta hold Sally down?
God damn it. I should not have slept in that morning too. Phew.
We gotta hold Sally down.
It was real bad. I love Cloverfield.
You loved it. Did you see the new Cloverfield? By Dan Trachtenberg. Did you?
No. I've read the entire synopsis of it.
It's
what was it?
fucking
15 Cloverfield.
amazing.
I know. It's
so
I
good.
know. This is what I've heard. Money.
I haven't eaten in a long time. I ran out of noodles and eggs. Congrats on the new studio. Wait, I have bologna sandwiches. 3 coming up. No, not 5, Zach. Well, maybe 5 later.
Great, thanks, Sawgrass. Really appreciate you updating us on your dietary restrictions and everything that you're going through with food. Appreciate that. But on the note of congrats on the new studio,
What's in bologna?
I'm going to tease you a little bit more. We didn't just get one new studio. We got 2 new studios. Civilian! Thank you for that follow. So you'll hear Monday, not just about the new studio that we picked the keys up to today, you'll hear about the new studio that we haven't told you about yet.
So it's a real deal, yeah?
Yeah, dude. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, see? Wait for Monday with your freaking out and shit.
Calm down. I remember
Internet.
feeling the exact same way when I was writing
Cloverfield?
paragraphs and paragraphs based on thinking that I heard the line. Mm-hmm. I saw it. It's a lion. It's huge. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a lion. Spoilers. But how cool would that have been? We have not had an actual good religious, biblical or Talmudic apocalypse movie.
Okay.
That'd be
Dude,
real
the
cool.
new Cloverfield's really good.
I know.
Really
I
good.
know. It's just
Really good.
it's just pulling a fast one on a lot of us, and it's
really good. Just check it out. Dan Trachtenberg did a killer job. Outstanding performance by a new director. Outstanding. We're not going to have 3 studios,
Do you know
Spotify. We're going to have 2. I know him from...
yeah.
I know of Dan Trachtenberg from his time as the host on the Totally Rad show because I'm a nerd that watched a ton of web content. like Tech TV and all that kind of stuff, and Revision TV and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Totally Rad Show was one of my favorite podcasts back in the day, and Dan Trachtenberg came from that. He did the Portal short film, and then he went on to do this. We're Facebook friends, and that's about it.
How do you feel about Car Talk?
I love
When
Car
it was
Talk.
still on.
When they, yeah, when one of them was still
When
on.
one of them was, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the, I don't know why that's like my like standard, but Click and Clack. I miss the Clackett brothers. Puzzlers. Oh, God. Especially makes me
The
sound
end
old.
credits. The
when
end
I'm
credits.
saying it
You know,
in
I
this
would just-
voice,
I would just
talking
listen-
about like
I would just listen for the end
Car
credits.
Talk Puzzlers.
I just wanted the end credits. That's all I wanted. I wanted the end credits. I'm a big fan of the end credits.
I'm a big fan. Oh, God.
Click and clack to fix it, brother.
Their laughs when they morph into one. It's just like the most beautiful representation ever of Boston. Rules the rules. Shh, that's what we're announcing on Monday.
No more fire trap business park. This is a fire trap? Who told you it was a fire trap?
Oh, I was talking about the moving to. You got us, Zurich. Here we come.
Yes, you are right. It's not going to be 3 studios. It's going to be 4. We just hired like 30 new people. Remember I talked about us not having much money? It's true. And then I decided let's just blow it all on 4 studios.
Actually, it's gonna be 5, and one
Actually,
of them will
guess what?
always live in your hearts.
Correction. I just sent a text. Now it's 6. Just like that.
But you don't get to know where it is. Secret studio.
Okay, so let's get to questions.
Let's do it.
I know there's probably not a lot you can talk about, but how does Vanquish ending affect anything going on between Hyper and Valiant? Okay,
Well,
so
Vanquish.
yeah.
I love a good word that starts with a V. It's one of the most underused letters in the English alphabet, undoubtedly. I feel like we can all agree on this. So I'm sure that Vanquished will continue to vanquish.
Rightfully so. So
Is that correct?
tune in on Monday at 1 p.m. and you will hear about the fate of our relationship with Valiant. All I can say is that we will be working closer with Valiant in 2017. So, that's all I'll say right now. But we will be working closer with Valiant, and you can guarantee we have a great relationship with them, and they are a part of 2017. Okay.
Exactly what I said. Thank you for repeating it in much more eloquent wordings. Yes. Do I sound like a little bit better now, maybe? Yeah, okay. Great. What's the next question?
Like half the questions tonight are going to get the answer come back on Monday. Well, when we tell you we're going to announce everything on Monday, I meant it. And the big reason for that, guys, is I am never going to lie to you. That's the biggest reason. And if I sit here and tell you everything's figured out, right now it's not. But it almost is. There's a lot that's being figured out, and by Monday, a lot more will be figured out, and that's the date we gave ourselves to have these things figured out to tell you. The last thing I want to do is bullshit and tell you a bunch of stuff that's not true.
Money.
Hey Zach, I had pork loin butterfly chops with salad tonight. Yummy. Just thought you might want to know. #Zargaras.
Sargeras.
Yeah, great. So now Zargaras is like a verb that has to do with telling other people about what you ate.
Important information.
Okay. Zargaras.
Very important
the act
information.
of telling strangers on the internet what you just ate for dinner. Great.
Sounds delish.
Mortis Steele wants to know, what would you like for Xmas?
Me?
I guess both of us, since this is an honest hour question.
Friendship. Again, first of all.
You want friendship. You got Jim, though.
But
You and Jim.
he lives in Tacoma.
I know, he lives so far away.
So, other than that, you know what? I know this sounds super cliche, but there is this like castle, like tower shaped scratching post that I've been eyeing for a while for Anya. She would look like the queen of the castle. And also pictures of everyone's dads. That's what I want for Christmas. But then again, I'm Jewish,
Do you
so...
want to set up a P.O. box for that? Or is Twitter okay? Is Twitter okay?
Twitter works.
Do you want actual copies of pictures, or is Twitter okay?
I'll print them out from Twitter.
There you go. Twitter. Pictures of your dads.
They know. What do you want for Christmas?
Well, since my Christmas is going to be spent driving a U-Haul to Los Angeles, and then immediately getting on a plane and flying back up here.
Shit drive.
It's not bad. I've made it a couple times.
Well, I've done the Las Vegas to Seattle drive. I don't know.
I
It's
like
pretty
driving.
shit in comparison to a lot of other
What I
drives.
really want is for all this shit to work and for everybody to trust that we're doing the best that we can to make all this happen, and that people have some faith in us that 2017 is going to be awesome, and it's going to be a great time for the Thumper Army. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Eternal Knight wants to know, I really have to ask whether or not this will be the end of Vanquish altogether or just a prolonged hiatus. More than once, I heard this upcoming episode referred to as the end of Season 1. If that's the case, that's great. I mean, I've got zero problems with the long break while Hyper Zach does whatever it needs to do the best for the channel. Guess I'm just looking for some clarification, really, and hoping that this won't be the last we see of the characters and stories that helped us grow to love them so fast. Vanquished itself is purposely the title of a concept that exists now on Hyper RPG and Valiant Entertainment. Open Legend is going to be doing a show in that time slot with that crew. So that's what's happening to that season. Like, this has been, in case you haven't noticed, this has been one consecutive story, and that story is about to end. And then where that story goes next, tune in on Monday. I have to do that so much.
Over and over again. Theme of the night.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
What is your favorite joke?
You go first.
Hey, what's up?
Thank you. Your dying breath.
Dying breath. Thank you. I hope that's not just a comment on you.
No, I feel like it's got to
Just
be
a
like
person.
a Hawthorne Heights.
Really? Is that
Song
like
or
is that a
something.
Hawthorne Height? What's the name of the band? Hawthorne
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne Hots? Hawthorne Hots.
Hi.
Hawthorne Hots.
Yep.
Okay.
What's your favorite joke? I want to hear this
I don't
first.
have a favorite joke.
Come
I don't
on.
remember jokes.
What
I
is the
barely
last
remember my
thing that
name.
made you just crack up? Just phew, crack up.
Sometimes I grab trees and I whisper secrets into them.
Oh,
That's probably
that
the
was,
last
was
thing
that
that
your
made
gym?
me lose my shit.
Was that your gym?
Yeah,
You do love a good gym.
I do.
I've never seen you crack up over anything the way that you just
Because I am in awe of that individual. I am in awe.
And I'm talking like off screen, just like general like conversations, like you know, 30 minutes before showtime kind of things, just Jim being Jim.
Yeah.
Thank you, Philong, for the resub.
See, there's certain kinds of people that just break down my defenses and actually make me laugh. And it's not many, but Jim is one of them. Keller is one of them.
Absolutely is.
I'm a big fan of absurdist kind of humor and absurdist things in general.
Well, me too.
And
I
to
grew
me,
up on like
Jim Stewart Allen is a absurdist who's not trying to be an absurdist, which is part of what makes it so absurd.
Right.
Yeah. Too often, absurdist is too self-knowing, and then it becomes a sad attempt at attention through art, and then it doesn't become fun anymore. But then you meet people like Jim.
With Jim too, it is important to know, like, we can both confirm this is Jim all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is absolutely who Jim Stewart Allen is as a person.
Mm-hmm.
He is this way in general conversation, And he's a riot. He's a fucking riot. He's great. So, but is there like one joke?
I don't
that
know.
if someone was like,
know any jokes.
like knock knock.
I don't know any jokes. I just don't.
You have to know.
I don't.
Was
My
there
brain
like
doesn't
a
remember
joke
that, kind of
that like
shit.
when you were a little kid you used to like repeat
No.
to get adult attention?
The only jokes
or
I've
is that
heard-
just something that young comedians do?
Maybe. No, and the only jokes I ever heard as a kid were extremely inappropriate and racist jokes.
Were they good though? Were they funny? Are they topical now? I'm sorry, I forgot to do a stage whisper. I was actually whispering. No, I'm supposed to stage whisper.
No, I don't. I honestly don't remember any. I don't remember jokes. I'm not that kind of person.
What about this one? Have you heard the one about the bride and groom?
Subscriber.
Rum is sour. Thank you for that subscription. Everybody
Let's die now.
subscribers. We give away a Steam key. Thank you for tuning in to Hyper RPG. Epic fails. We don't want you to donate. Just stick around and hang out.
Romnosaur.
Thank you for that.
Thank you
for
Ooh.
subscribing. That is awesome.
How
Thank you for
many
that.
subs are we away from a Steam key right now?
It's 4.
Oh, that's...
It's 4.
I missed one of those fingers. That's 4.
It was an angle. It was a bad angle. I understand. Okay. Well, what's your
Romnosaur, thank
favorite?
you.
What's your favorite joke? Since obviously you have an answer to this.
Well, okay, I just want to, like, make sure that you didn't miss what might have been your favorite joke that you
No,
kind of
I'm
forgot
fine.
about for a second.
We can move on.
Have you heard the one about the bride and groom?
No, I have not.
It turned out that the groom was a traitor to the human race, and the bride was left at the altar.
You've told this one before.
Yeah, I know. That's why
it's your
because you
favorite.
gave me.
That's obviously your favorite. We had a whole thing about how do you tell jokes, and that was your example. This is why I don't remember jokes, because they're usually meh. But that's your favorite. That's a good joke.
It's not my favorite.
Hey, what's up,
I thought it
Ginger
was
Peony?
your favorite.
No, it's not my
I'm sorry.
favorite. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
Why was the silent late for the party?
Are these all Battlestar jokes? No,
Why
that's
was
funny.
he-
That they're all Battlestar jokes, and that's funny to you. Okay, why? I don't know. Why?
He had a serious case of red eye.
Oh man.
I tried to get a burger in Thunder Bluff. I went to Undercity to get a facial. And I was like, you're gonna give me a facial? You don't have a lower jaw. And you're gonna give me a facial?
Even your gym bot said,
Thank you
I don't
for
get it. Even our bot said, I don't get it.
You don't have a lower
You woke
jaw.
our bot up. You woke the bot up.
You don't have
You
a
gave
lower
our bot-
jaw.
you
and you're
gave
gonna
our
give
bot
me a
sentience.
facial?
Your joke was so bad it gave our bot sentience. This is amazing.
She got mad. At least I think she did. Have you ever heard someone without a lower jaw get mad? Blah, blah, blah. She sounded like a Murloc.
Let's move on.
These are all my favorite jokes.
I knew you'd have some.
How can I miss you if you don't go away? That's another Blood Elf female chick. Ooh, how does a Tauren hide in a cherry tree? Really, my favorite joke, though, ever is my really horrifying 9/11 joke. I'm not going to say.
Okay,
because
moving on.
It's really good.
Sally, what is the cutest thing your cat has done this week?
So, this morning, she, like, hopped up on me, like, after, like, she, like, Fran Drescher like enough to like get
Can
me
you
to
give
go.
me an example when you say she Fran Drescher? Can you?
She is the most nasally cat.
No, but
Her voice is like,
I need an example.
"Mah!" I can't do it right now. I can't. But it's. I mean, it's. She. If anyone out there is familiar with what a Maine Coon normally sounds like, it's that, but just like super neat. And so it's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's a voice only a mother could love.
Gotcha.
And boy, do I love it.
So what was the cutest thing?
Yeah, so she Fran Dreschered me into giving her some food this morning, and then immediately I got back into bed, and then she hopped right up there.
Hey,
Thank
Bob's
you.
finals are over! Woohoo!
Glad to see you resub. Woo!
It's okay.
I was off for winter break indeed. Welcome to winter break. But yeah, I yelled at her, like I grumbled a lot while I was, getting up to feed her. This is fascinating stuff. I feel like I'm losing you in this story, but it's really fascinating.
I'm just waiting
Just
for it to find its landing point,
Thanks, Maskatuck, for the resub. Sorry, just had to take a moment. Anyway, she hopped right up and sat on my chest, but didn't even acknowledge me. And I kept poking at her. She was being a real sass master. It was so adorable. Such a mama's girl. The cutest thing that Kaiju did today was sneeze in my mouth while you were in a business meeting 30 minutes ago.
Sneezed in your mouth?
Yeah, he sneezed in my mouth.
Why is that cute?
I'm being facetious.
Okay. Next question.
You judge Anya. It was actually it was a really cute little Kaiju sneeze though. Because it wasn't a big boy Kaiju, it was a kind of sneeze.
It wasn't a big boy kaiju sneeze?
It was a little boy Kaiju
Oh my
sneeze.
god. Have you ever whispered your feelings to a tree?
No, but I have a friend that does that quite often.
Yeah. Sally, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Zach.
Explain.
You have a really cool jacket.
Malika bought me this jacket.
Okay, so Malika.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Because she
She's got
buys
a lot-
really cool jackets.
She's got a lot more going for her.
I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I'm 23 for the next week. I have no idea. I feel like I'm allowed to not know what I want to be when I grow up yet. 23, right? No? Say what? Money.
I will miss off the trails with Jim and Sally, but whatever comes next time sure will. Rally, I trust the Overlord has plenty up his sleeve. I am excited for what's forward. In Zach, I believe. Hashtag Thumper Pride.
Can we...
Prosperous Guard is such a...
I would like to
Prosperous
publish a
fucking
book of his
amazing.
rhymes. You've got a document with all of them, right? Can we please make a hyper RPG book
I would
and
buy
we could
it.
give profits to charity? Can we do that?
And I'm sure there's
That would be
someone
awesome.
willing to illustrate all of them too.
What?
Another Thumper willing
What?
to...
There's so many.
All
That's
of
a
the
year
above.
of work.
Just...
Oh my god.
But also, Prosperous Guard, we will be here tomorrow. Well, Jason and I will.
Yeah.
We will
Okay.
be here tomorrow. Same time, same place. God, Prosperous Guard.
Pretty great.
Hot fire. Always spitting it.
Ice Hulk wants to know, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, would you want to be a mermaid or a unicorn?
Oh, mermaid.
There you go. Now you have your fucking answer to your stupid question.
No more menstruating. I don't know.
What
What
are
is your
your-
answer? Is it different because
It's
of
probably
that?
the same. I'd also be a mermaid for no more menstruating. I'd be a fucking unicorn. Are you kidding me? I'd be majestic as
Wait,
shit.
why?
I'd be majestic.
Mermaids aren't majestic.
No.
I
No.
love... Okay,
They're
look.
in the sea. They're in
I
the water
love
and shit. They smell
unicorns.
like fish.
Have you ever smelled a horse?
They're pretty gross.
They're pretty nasty.
They're also kind of stupid, and everyone acts like they're not, but they're kind of stupid.
Their mouths are a little gross, too.
Yeah.
They're just kind of...
Just dry.
And I love... They're...
They're like old slop drips.
Whoa. Only my dad can call me that. And everybody else in Hypervision but you. Everyone else who watches. Just saying.
Sally, what are your plans for world domination and how many cats are involved?
My plans for world domination were very recently foiled. So I'm not sure. Back to the drawing board. Something you need to understand, though, about the cat thing. First of all, you need to understand that I love cats a lot. Mm-hmm. I hope you will understand that. But if I could, I would have so many cats. All the cats. Like, I want them all. But I have one cat that is the only one that I have the resources and time and commitment to take care of. And I would rather have one happy Anya than all the kitties in the world.
I just realized I had a story about cats that I had forgotten until you started talking about how cats are great, and I was kind of like, fuck cats.
I have a friend that she's inviting me on.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. So I went for a walk with Kaiju, and
Sneeze in your mouth,
as soon as I came back, what do I find? A Sally Jordan story about cats. This is so typical. It's beautiful. I love it.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what that sound was.
Thank you, Emily. You should go home because you're not feeling well. Go home. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Go home.
I feel like Emily and I should have a podcast.
Why don't you just do it? What are you waiting
Hey,
on?
Emily.
I just told her to go home.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Let her go
later.
home. So
She and I have like a serious I
connection.
don't know if you've seen it before, but
It's called friendship. If you experience this, it's friendship.
has
That's
Santa already left a stocking
God.
under my tree?
no.
My
I forgot
Hanukkah bush.
I forgot I had a cat story about. So the first time I moved out of my parents' house. So the day I turned 18, I had to move out. And I had saved up and everything, and I found this house in West Plains, Missouri. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-story house, and it was $250 a month.
Jesus Christ.
Right? Like, sometimes I think back to that shit, I'm like, what the fuck?
You know,
And I thought it was expensive.
My friends that are looking for roommates in Vegas, whenever I see their listings, I'm like, we live in Washington.
It's
Just
crazy expensive. Crazy expensive.
It
I'm
makes
paying
no sense.
$2,000 for a one fucking
It makes
bedroom.
it makes no
insane.
fucking sense.
It's stupid. Anyway, moving on. $250 for like this 2-story house, whatever. Right after I moved in and I moved all my stuff in, I had to go on vacation with my family, and my roommate at the time was like, "Oh yeah, I'll stay here while I'm here, whatever. And while you're out of town, I'll stay here and stuff." I get back, and when I pull up into the driveway, the front door is open, and I go inside, and all of my things are gone. And I go to this back bedroom and open the door, and there's 25 to 30 cats in this room.
Okay.
And they'd all pissed everywhere, and the smell was
Cat smell.
Just
Cat piss smell is very,
the most. I remember it
very specific. It's really bad.
And then there was
It's
a broken
really,
window
really
in that
bad.
room, but the door was shut to the window. And it was pretty obvious what had happened. Somebody so the realtor for that place made us keep the lock thing on the door that has the key in it, so the realtor could come and whatever. When I was 18, I didn't realize how fucked up that was. It was very obvious that somebody that either lived there before or worked for the realty company stole our stuff, because they tried to make it look like they broke a window to get in and then go open the door from the inside. The thing is, even if you
just gently kind of.
But even if you open the door from the inside, that doesn't mean you can open the key thing. And all the glass was on the outside, so they obviously just, after they got in there, they're like, "Oh, we should make it look like we broke in through a window." So they just busted out a window, but then they closed the door behind them. So a bunch of cats came in from the window and stayed in that room and
did cat stuff.
and did cat stuff.
Once one cat goes in and pees,
All of them. Fucking.
peeing over the pee of the other
All
cat,
of
it just And that is such a bitter specific.
The rest of the time I lived in that house, we just never had a roommate upstairs because the entire top
sealed
floor
off.
of
Like hazmat.
Yeah.
Like
we tried like fucking like scrubbing it. We tried vacuuming it, but it was just it was done. We would have had to rip the entire floor out, and they wouldn't let us do it because the owners of the house were like, whoa, whatever.
one of
pissed me
the
off though. I called the cops and shit on that thing, and they did no investigation whatsoever. Well, you know, it was my first taste as an adult that the police aren't very helpful unless they have to be helpful. And it was like,
some sort of like
they were
renters.
like, you know, there's no way of knowing how long you were gone for so long. Who knows when they stole this stuff? So all your stuff's probably gone by now. There's probably no chance of you ever getting it back. And I had a bunch of paintings I had done in high school and stuff in the house too. And they're like, how can we prove those paintings are yours if there's no serial number on them? Like, I signed them, you idiots. And I tried telling them how it was obvious someone that worked at the realty company or past residents probably did it because of the key box and all that kind of stuff. And they're like, no, it looks like they broke the window.
You need to go to the
so
city
mad.
and stuff like that, right? I mean, like, it's like city like renters.
Well, this was like, I mean, West Plains, Missouri is a town of 10,000 people.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was big for that. That's the biggest city I had ever lived in at that time, by far. It was like the big city for me. The next house I moved into after that had a 2-car garage, 2-bedroom house with a backyard, $125. And it was split between me and another person. Can you believe that shit? Now, granted, the garage did cave in and crush my truck when the first snow of the winter happened. And then we had a gas leak, and the realtor tried suing us, and we got in a lawsuit with the thing, and then I was homeless for the rest of the winter, and I slept out of my truck. So it was a weird time in my life. But rent sure as fuck was cheap.
Now this is what I call honesty hour.
Yep.
Have you talked about this before? Sleeping out of your truck?
I think I've mentioned that before. We've gone through all the bad shit in my life so many times that I feel like not even like...
How many months?
4 months.
4 months?
4 months lived in my truck. Got into a rhythm of like, turn the truck on, heat yourself, turn it off before you get poisoned. Kind of thing.
You always want to skip poison.
It made every person I started dating really serious because it was like, yo, you got an apartment? You got a place? You got a couch I can sleep on?
Whoa.
Hey, how you
I guess
doing?
now I'm really interested in your parents and like your hobbies and your life.
At that time, my dad and I weren't talking. So we were like...
Strum and Norman.
Yeah, so we were in a position where it was just like, I refused to let them know that I wasn't making it work. So I just didn't tell them.
Of course not. Of course
I couldn't. And for one, I just gotten a tattoo, so I wasn't allowed back home in the house ever again anyway. Because that's how things were back then. Now my mom's got one, and it's like, whatever. But, you know...
You want to know how my mom found out
14 years ago, that
tattoos?
shit was heavy.
You want to know how my mom found out that I have tattoos?
Yeah.
I forgot to not wear my hair in a ponytail during Off the Trails once.
During Off the Trails, that's where she found out? That's pretty funny. Your mom watching the show.
I forgot that she loves
while you were on
me
the air?
so much. And that she's so excited to watch all of the shows except for tonight's, which I did not tell her was happening.
She's probably in the chat room. She probably found out.
She doesn't know how to use chat. Come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how my mom and I had finally, like, my first tattoo, which was not even the one that she saw. I only have 3 really small ones. But my first one I got before I was 18, I mean. But that was, yeah, that's how we had the tattoo conversation. 3 teeny tiny ones. But I forgot, like, oh yeah, I haven't worn my hair up in front of my mom in 4 years now. Oops, I did it on Twitch. What would be a good username for Sally's mom? Ani's grandmom. That's what she calls herself. Also, she came to the studio, I guess like 2 months ago. Old mom drip. I love that. She would love it so much. She came to the studio and you weren't here the day that she came to visit, and has since asked, like, oh, did Zach say anything about not being there to meet me when I was here? Because she wrote her name in the bathroom. It's like,
I didn't even notice.
yeah.
Sorry, Sally's
That's
mom.
what I told. That's what I
Didn't
told
even
her.
notice. I kind of walk around this place in a weird daze most of the time. I'm at my most cognitively aware when I'm on the channel and I'm on in front of the camera because I have to be. Most of the time it's like a crazy like on the computer and not really knowing what's going on around me.
It's true. It's true.
What's your favorite RPG game?
Mass Effect 2.
Sweet. What about tabletop RPG? That's my favorite game of all time too. It's not really uncommon to have two people say that anymore.
Yeah, it's Mass Effect.
It's kind of like, yo,
the entire
do you like,
series,
yo, do you
not
like Star
exactly
Wars?
obscure.
Do you like Star Wars? Holy shit!
Oh my god, do you
Whoa!
like Legend of Zelda? Like,
Whoa! Actually, I've never played it. Never played it. So, I can't answer
you would
that.
do very poorly on Tinder then.
Maybe in Seattle.
I'm just saying that's a thing that like,
Wait.
okay, no! There's a giant like
On
video
Tinder?
game dev community here.
Well,
And
that's
they're
what I'm
still
saying.
just
Maybe
like,
in
oh,
Seattle.
You play video games? I bet you like Ocarina of Time. Yeah, everyone
The
does.
experience I had
Everyone does.
for the like 1 week of last year, before I met Malika and before all this other stuff, when, as you guys remember at the old Honesty Hours, there was a dark times, and Hector and I would quite often complain about everything.
Dark
And
deeds.
we both got on Tinder for a little bit just to see what it was like, and it was definitely not about whether or not you liked Legends of Zelda. I probably would have had a very different opinion on that app had there been hints or jokes into things like that. It was far different.
Okay,
So it
well,
was
but
very
we're-
fucked up. Very fucked up. Very fucked up.
I see you rules the rules. You know what the cool thing is about Tinder is that now that Hyper RPG is on Giphy,
You can gift yourself.
I can just like,
Is that how
if
you?
I wanted to.
Wait, you can use gifts on Tinder through Giphy, so you can just gift yourself in the
Be
Tinder.
like,
Oh,
hey,
now
look at me,
now,
I'm on the internet.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Now, I wish that was around when I did it because I had so many embarrassing gifts of myself on Giphy. God, that'd be fucking hilarious. I would love to respond to everything with a gift
I
of
only
myself.
do it when,
Fucking hilarious.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like I definitely like tweeted this when I first started doing hyper stuff that I gotten a, I wish this was around when I got my most favorite ever Tinder message, which was, oh, you like Mass Effect? Well, let's call your legs calibrations because I'll be in the middle of them soon. That's a real thing that happened because I screenshotted that. That guy's name is not grayed out. You can go back in my Twitter. That's a thing that happened. That's when I wish
Wow.
that I had our Giphies because then I could have been like, oh, are you organic life? Because call me a Reaper, but I want to wipe you out of the universe forever. Send that and then a gif of me going, I'm pretty sassy.
The sad thing is if you responded to anyone with those gifts and they realized it was you, it'd be pretty easy for them to find you.
Yeah, well.
And then they'd show up in our chat room. And like, that sounds like a terrible thing. Like people that randomly message you on Tinder finding you in our chat room. And, God, that sounds
I
terrible.
feel like it would be pretty easy though.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
But for all those using Tinder,
Get
please
off.
use the HyperRPG Giphy account in your messages.
Please.
The more you use them, the higher it gets up in those search.
Pretty sassy. It's mostly just gifs of you too, just like rolling your eyes and just like,
Yeah.
so excellent, excellent.
Yo, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
Cool.
What's yours?
Cadmium red.
Such a color nerd.
What's the airspeed velocity of a Unladen swallow?
African or European?
European.
I never got past that point in the movie. Sorry about my voice, everyone that's just now realizing. It's a thing. Just... We'll all be okay. I promise you. I will only respond about Tinder. And Bumble. I love that, Mitsula. I love it.
Zarkos wants to know when we're coming back with our new schedule. January 3rd. So December 23rd will be our last day of streaming for the year. Lucas and I are trying to figure out how to do a couple like drop cam streams and stuff like that of setup and just to keep you guys entertained while we're building stuff. And then we'll be back on January 3rd, and we'll talk about it more on Monday. But we're not launching every single new show that week because it takes time to do these things. So we'll probably launch a new show a week, all the way up to February. It's gonna be great. Lots of new shows. Krellin wants to know if Sally is your dad.
Probably.
Is Sally my dad? Asks Krellin.
Surprise! Son, I'm sorry to break it to you this way, but... yeah. In your heart, you always knew it was true.
Cool. Snowy Noe wants to know, what made you decide to start streaming on your own?
It was something that I've always been interested in doing.
You are actually
for a long time.
Pretty avid RPG gamer, right?
Well, yeah, like a gamer in general has always been my thing, and a lot of the things that like made me start doing comedy, like stand up, was based on like streaming sites and things like that. But it was mostly like being around here and like being around other people that are just like locals that could say like, oh, it's so easy. So, sorry, Lady K. Is it my voice? Does it lull you to sleep?
Did you see Ice Talks bits?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, save it for Tinder, I guess.
What's the drop rate on those pants? I don't know. That's another one, but it's something that I've been meaning to do for a really, really, really long time. So I finally got around to it. Finally figured out what I was doing.
Thank you, Josephine, for posting that in the chat. And you're right now streaming in the mornings?
I have been.
Yeah.
So
and when Sally's live,
but it's not a consistent schedule yet.
Yeah, whenever we catch it, we host it. So we'll try to let you guys know when we know what Sally's schedule is, and we'll make sure you get the info.
It's very much not a solid schedule, but I know we're about to get
more solid.
Come on. Okay, whatever. Thank you for the bits. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Ice Talk, did you not think we would see it? It's okay.
He's not really embarrassed. He's just saying that. Negiyama wants to know, Sally, we've never seen you and Anya in the same place at the same time. Are you actually Anya?
I get this question a lot. What I can say is that I definitely I took one of my own ribs.
Night Neon.
Good night, Neon Deflector. Took one of my own ribs and I created Anya in my own image, but
that's how it works, right?
From
that's how cats are made.
Yes. Well, that's how ethereal cats such as her are made, and I could only hope that she would be a good partner for me. And yet now she's like 5 planes above me. So it would be like, I wish that I could like even like spoof and goof about this, like, yeah, I'm totally Anya. Woo. But that would be offensive to her status as a mythological goddess.
Mythological goddess.
Yes.
Okay. Great. I saw somebody post something in the chat, and it was from Bob thanking Minker and Lady K for doing clips while he was doing finals and stuff. And this brings up a good point. If there's any subscribers who are interested in being on the clips team, we need help. We need help getting more clips. Our editor has told us that there's too many clips for just 2 shows right now, and we need more clips for the other shows. So we need to broaden our clip team a little bit. So if there's people who are interested in being on the clip team, let Lady K know, or one of the mods, and we'll get you guys set up in the clips team in the Discord. And it's mainly just making sure somebody's able to watch. If you have a show you watch every week and you watch it and you'd love to be clipping on that show, let us know, and we'll make sure that you get set up with that.
Our regular clip people, so good, so on top of it. Oh man, Josephine, Lady K, all of the above. Well, I guess Josephine more for gifts, but we love you.
Zach, you managed, so the mods cannot do that. Sigh! And they can tell you they want to do it, and you can relay that information to me. And I can add them to the room.
You told me everyone was gonna yell at you tonight. So.
Yeah, sometimes they want me to give them ability to do everything, and it's like, come on, guys. Come on.
This isn't The Sims.
Where did you come up with the name Anya for your cat?
From Anyanka Jenkins, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Moving on.
Yep. That's,
Sally, how did you get into figure skating, and do you have a favorite story about it?
I got into figure skating because my mom knew from an early age she will never do well with team sports. She will never get along.
That was her talking about you. She will never do well at team sports.
Yes,
that's how she.
Yes, she. Well, because she went from like my face
never do
all
well
the way
at team sports.
She's
Who was
a
she
little
speaking
too
to?
sass-mouthed. Me as a
she
young
referred
baby.
to you. She referred to you as looking in
She
your eyes.
will
She was
never-
like, she will never do well at team sports. Wow, it's
And
an
to
interesting
this
way to
day-
speak to a child.
And to this day, I often speak in first person via her third in reference to me, as opposed to second. Anyway, I'm assuming that's the origin story. It's just a thing that I started doing. Figure skating is something that, especially if you start doing it really young, and I'm assuming it's just something that I asked to start doing out of nowhere, you either have to commit fully to that and nothing else. So no playing soccer or like basketball or other like kids like random like sport things. It's just that. It's like once you get to a certain point, around 6 or 7, you go early in the morning to do that, and then immediately after school you go to skate again. So I don't know about like my favorite. I did right before I stopped skating. Well, it was mostly like my mom made me stop skating. She was like, "This is not something that you're not gonna like do this for the rest of your life. It's just gonna make you feel terrible about your body." So when I was like 16, she was like, "Okay, everything else is like already terrible as a teenage girl. Let's not add this on top of it." But right before I stopped skating, I was on a team in Las Vegas at an ice rink, and we kind of like had to like pitch solo programs for like a winter like solo skate programs for like a winter recital thing, and we just had to like pitch music for our programs, and they were all coaches that were familiar with ours, and I pitched the orchestral Advent Children theme. Thank you, Mr. Ray Parson. They didn't like it, but like from like the movie Advent Children, which is like mostly just like a really big orchestral version of the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack, but it has like a lot of like it could go really well for a short program. To this day, I say that. So. I still have my skates. I still skate.
Well, I mean,
can.
Exir says, he asks if I've considered figure skating lessons from Sally a la The Cutting Edge.
Okay, which one?
There's more than one?
There's at least 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
But
I would
yes
not.
or no?
No. No.
Are you scared of ice skating?
No. I'm not scared. I'm unable to, given my body.
What about if you had one of those little like rinky dinks? I don't know what they
Probably.
call
Still,
them.
I'm sure even just moving it all like that would make my hips pop out of place.
Yeah, probably. It's not great. It's not great.
I mean, they pop out just walking around half the time. So
Yeah, skating, little. Shwoops.
yeah, it's that motion of pushing to the side like that. My hips will literally.
Well, I
just,
mean, and it's not even like it's like a full like.
Yeah. Nope, can't do it. Do you have any good stories from growing up in Vegas? Whatever that means.
My childhood. Well, okay, not childhood. My middle school Vegas best friends. Dad's best friend was murdered by the Vegas mob when we were like freshmen in high school. But he also was at that time being like filmed by A&E. This is like in the height of like Dog the Bounty Hunter. He had a family like that. They were filming Buffalo for a reality show. He used to be a wrestler, and he wrestled with Ron Jeremy, so I have Ron Jeremy's phone number. I've had it since I was in 8th grade. It's still in my phone. And I have voicemails.
You think he hasn't changed it since 8th grade?
No, he absolutely I know for a fact he hasn't. Because I call him like at least once a year as like a fun party trick. It's like, but it's yeah. He's really nice too. Like, other people have called him from their phones and been like, "Is this Ron Jeremy?" It's like, yeah. I'm just a big fan of your work, and he's always like, "You know what? Thank you, man. I appreciate it so much." I've really got to go now. I've really got to go right now, but no, you're thinking of a different Ron Jeremy. I'm talking about Ron Jeremy, the guy from The Surreal Life.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one. There's a difference. He used to wrestle.
What's the most humiliating / embarrassing thing you've done other than on Hyper? Other than just being here.
Oh, God. You go first.
Anything embarrassing I've ever done has been on this. Like, they've seen it. There's gifts to prove it.
Oh, then what is your most embarrassing off Piper?
That's.
I got so much.
I don't really have. I don't do anything but work. So my embarrassment comes in this setting. I don't really have.
Then what's your most embarrassing thing on Hyper then?
Not necessarily on Hyper. It was definitely on a GNS. Yeah. It was the whole black bodysuit, the gimp suit, dancing to single ladies and dancing up on Felicia Day was probably the most embarrassing. I mean, not really.
Can we get that link in chat?
They've got the
right
gifts.
now.
They exist.
Drop that link in chat.
Yeah, I actually don't have
Student film.
I don't have to embarrass myself as much here as I did there. But that being said, maybe we'd be doing better as a channel if I did more of that. I don't know.
Oh man, I don't even know.
Hard to say.
I do embarrassing things all the time. I take a lot of Ambien. Like, I got a lot of embarrassing things. I got nothing. I do have like a really fun like a first grade journal that my mom came across a couple years ago, where I talk about going to a tumbling party, and my flares fell down and everyone saw my underwear.
It sounds,
Yeah, I know, it's
traumatizing?
fucking fascinating, right?
Was it traumatizing?
I don't know, I spelled flares. Flars. So, it just cracks me up. Dress up my cat. That's not embarrassing. Everyone dresses up their cats.
I got depantsed once in high school, and that led to a fist fight.
I went to an art high school, so the one time I saw someone get depantsed, he just had his jazz pants on because he was on his way to theater.
Oh,
So,
different upbringing, I guess. Yeah,
theater school.
different.
Well, it was art school. But
Gaia says, Zach, why are there more questions for Sally's cat than for you?
thank you,
Slurpee!
Slurpee.
Slurpee!
Slurpee.
Slurpee! Thank you for the follow. Thank you for that.
What's the answer to that question, by the way?
Why are there more questions for Sally's cat than you? Well, I think it's summed up in the next question from Krellin. Zach, are you cooler than a cat?
Everybody wants to be a cat, 'cause a cat's the only cat that knows where it's at.
Moving on. Gaia says, serious question. What's it like being in stand-up as a woman? Do you have a story about your best or worst set? Curious on this one too.
Being in stand-up as a woman is exactly how it has been described by many a woman. In stand-up, it shouldn't be surprising that it is really shitty, specifically, a lot of the time. And even in a place like Seattle, or like the Seattle area, Pacific Northwest comedy scenes, the majority of like shows that you pull up will still often have like all male lineups and really shitty, like notably shitty people running major rooms and clubs and and it's frustrating, but it's definitely better than it was, you know, even 5 years ago, from what I've heard. But it's it's bad. And best or worst set period, I mean, is that
Yeah.
they
Yeah, sure. What's the worst set you've ever had? When? Where'd it happen? Was it
I've had
weekly
so
or
many bad
one?
sets. Yeah,
So
I've
many
had
bad
so
ones?
many. Well,
What's the
that's
most-
a
what's the
normal
most-
thing with comics. Like,
What's the most awkward set you've had?
I've had so many. It's something that, like, especially in, like, when you're first starting to do just open mics, I mean, it happens so often. I can't even, like, those are the ones that I have to, like, throw, like, into the back of my head. They happen a lot, though. Shitty sets happen a lot. Like, really awkward, really bad sets happen quite often. More so at open mics when you're trying, like, new stuff
Yeah.
than in actual shows. But I remember, like, my good sets, but there's a very specific reason why I cancel out, like, my most awkward sets. I know I've had horrible ones. I cried myself to sleep for, like, my first 2 months of comedy.
Damn.
But that's normal.
That's normal?
Yeah. We're all ex-theater kids. We're all very...
All of you? I don't know if that's true.
Even Jake say.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I met a lot of comics in LA that were, some of them were just very dude bro.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of... But they're
Dude
like...
bro comics.
But they're different than, like, regular dude bros that you meet in college. Like, they're... I don't know. They're... The dude bros that I've met in comedy, which is still the majority. And that is, like... You know, that goes into, like, the answer to this question. It's a lot of dude bros, but they're a very specific kind of dude bro.
I guess Kirby is kind of a dude bro, too. He does just talk about baseball and wrestling nonstop.
We made it this long. Yeah, and also, that's, like, his, like, actual self. In his stand-up, all he talks about is, like, putting a bar of soap between his butt cheeks.
That's
Have
it.
you
That's
ever
his
seen
whole
his...
set.
That's it. That's it.
No, I was out of town when he was doing his CD recording show before he left. I went to a lot of really bad comedy shows.
Well, LA, I mean, it's just got to be like, I can't even imagine like their like nightly
shows.
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
It's just everyone goes there.
Yeah, and honestly, like the improv scene is so good. Like they have an improv scene down there that is just phenomenal. Like if you go pay $5 to UCB, you're gonna see a good show.
Yeah,
it's not like you're gonna walk into UCB and leave without laughing.
That is completely different.
It's kind of like you pay $5, you get into UCB, and you get a good show. Yeah. Now the stand-up scene in LA is a lot different because it's like $10 cover charge, 2 drink minimum, parking is $10, so it's like a $30 outing just to go, and you're going to support a friend of yours who's also at that stage of just starting out usually, and there'll be 10 other comics on the set, and it is every time a fucking miserable experience.
Yeah.
And some of my best friends would do those, and it's just like, that's the thing, you'd get that invite to those comedy shows and be like, fuck, another one at the Comedy Store? Fuck. God damn it, how good of a friend is this? Do I really want to go through it?
I would
Some of the
never
most awkward
like
experiences.
There are like very few shows that I would, as a comic, like invite my non-comic friends to. I mean, like I would never invite a non-comic friend to an open mic.
That's right. Davey Deavy is actually in UCB in LA right now. He's currently enrolled at UCB LA right now. I remember talking to him about that. That's awesome.
In UCB, I mean, like that is like completely. I know people that are like mostly improv and sketch. I know people like that are Comedy Sports Seattle that like are really, really great stand-ups, but if somebody's like starting as a stand-up, it rarely goes like back the other way. They are very different, like completely different. I mean, like we might as well just like everybody, I guess, is like now going to watch the black bodysuit thing, so
oh sweet, congrats on getting up to level 4, Davey Deavy.
Are you in
let me know when,
improv troupe or writing troupe or what?
Well, Davey Deavy, let me know when your graduation show is, because I know how those go. I know how that works. So let me know when it is, and
names?
I might be in town.
There's 2 different names. Or am I thinking of, is that Groundlings? For their sketch and their
There's Harold.
improv. Yeah, okay.
I mean, UCB is like Harold in long form. IO's a little different because it's like I don't know. IO's kind of weird. Groundlings is like its own like
Groundlings
sketch
is
like based improv.
Yeah.
It's different too. I don't know. It's kind of going out of style. I mean, and I can say this because I haven't gone to any of the schools, so I can be biased like that and throw shade. Because people like fucking get really attached to the different schools where they're there and their training. I just worked with all of them because that's mainly what I did before I got involved with this kind of stuff, was shooting comedy videos and stuff. And right now UCB is the hot ticket. There was a time when Groundlings was the hot ticket. IO's kind of always been on the fringe, but
UCB is one that I've looked into, like personally, for doing like intro like sketch writing sessions, like things like that, like during like their winter or summer sessions. But because I don't watch a lot of stand-up. Like stand-up is not that's not the thing that like actually makes me laugh the most.
Me either, really.
It's just kind of something that I fell into because I thought like, oh, if I want to get into sketch writing, this and that, I have to do this as like an intro icebreaker, just because that's what I'd heard from so many other comics that I was in. But like I fell into it and I got.
If you are ever in LA and you want some advice on which sketch writing classes, I can hook you up. I've got some friends that have done some stuff that is, and she's one of the most. My favorite I would send somebody to is Heather Ann Campbell. She's on Whose Line Is It Anyway? And her improv sets are the funniest things I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. When I lived in LA, she was the current Team Deathmatch UCB champion, which is like just every week you have to defend your crown kind of thing. And it was her and Miles had been like the most number of shows. Since I left, she's now become the champion again with a new scene partner, and they beat their old record. If anyone's ever in LA, and they're looking for a good comedy show, go see Heather Ann Campbell on her like Wednesday night team death matches. It is literally the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. She does improv on a level that you walk out of it thinking it can't exist. Like, you really cannot comprehend that it exists because it is so good. And the stuff you see, like, I went to a couple behind the scene tapings of Whose Line, and that's a totally different thing. That's like a workshopped thing. There's many different takes. There's a land. You know, they're still coming up with stuff on the fly, but it's workshopped. It's like that kind of thing. So you can kind of feel that.
But it's very like, even
workshopped.
even if you were to like watch like some sort of like rehearsal with the Whose Line, I was about to say guys. They're not all guys, but it's very like, it's a very like formulaic kind of like, that's like the improv that I learned in high school that I was amazing at. I was so good at that. But it's also been so long since I've done improv proper now.
Oh gosh,
I'd be so bad at it because I'm so just like, I've been doing stand-up for a couple of years now, so it's like completely focused on like myself the entire time, which is entirely
what I like
the
about
opposite.
improv and what it does is it's a team. It's about supporting the other person and you supporting each other and getting into that mindset. It translates really well to RPGs on Twitch because it's kind of like it's a situation where it's about listening rather than telling.
And I can see that.
It's
like
really
there's
good.
like
It's really good.
how many of the hyper like RPG players or local improv people, like so many of them.
It's just the Shadowrun team.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's just the Shadowrun
Okay, I thought
team.
there were like more. I mean, it's so it's like almost all of the Shadowrun team, I guess, or all of it.
I think they've all done some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it works.
It's interesting. And it is interesting how different that world is. I mean, I've seen bad improv shows, but I've seen a lot more bad stand-up shows.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
fucking God. Stuff that I'm just like, God, why is my friend at the end of the set? Why did they tell me that? I'm like, why am I here right now? I could have showed up just seen them leave.
Like once you've been doing comedy for like a certain amount of time, like you know what's worth inviting people to and not inviting people to. And this is like an issue for me because I can't do like bringer shows in Seattle because pretty much everyone that I know in Seattle are comics.
Yes.
Like that's the only way that I was able to make friends when I moved
here. Same issue
here.
in any city.
And
with
so it's just like,
comics.
well, fuck yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But I know like I would like the majority of the shows that I do, like I'm not going out of my way to invite people to.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna have fun.
It's weird. I mean, it's
And like
interesting.
comics are like so like in our own like headspace about it too. We're either like focusing on our own sets and not listening to other people's or socializing, or we're specifically like outside trying to get in good graces with someone else that's on that show. That's a comic. It's that was a horrible sound.
One time I went to a show for a friend of mine who is a pretty good comic. He's a nerd comic that does a good job. Like I think his sets were really good. But it was at the Comedy Store, and that place was always so hit or miss. And he didn't know when he was going to go on because they wouldn't tell him. And it was one of those where it's like you're paying $30 being the night, and it was the most uncomfortable live show experience I've ever had because a guy got on in the middle, and they were already running late with their performances. And by this point, like myself and my friend and like two other people were the only people there besides the other comics waiting for their set.
Yeah.
And
That sounds like a pretty typical.
yeah, and it was this dude gets up that was fucking terrible. And it was so bad. Like bad. And he looked homeless. Come to find out, he was. And he's a dude that always hung out there and would try to like bribe with drugs apparently to the people running the show to let him up on the stage. Is what we found out from the comic afterwards. And then a guy came up after him who was a Jewish individual and was very upset that he got pushed back for this guy to go forward. And the whole set became the two of them yelling racial slurs at each other and then getting in a fist fight and security having to come up and break it up. I mean, at the beginning, we honestly was like, is this a bit? Is this a bit? This is a bit? Oh, fuck, it's not a bit. Oh, shit, it's not a bit. This just got really real. The second racial slurs went out, and it was just like back and forth with each other. It was the most
stand-up is a fucking shit show. Like, it's
uncomfortable
such a
experience of
mess.
my life.
It's such a mess. So I was at the Comedy Underground this Monday, and it was like one after the other kind of situation just like that.
Yeah.
It's just so much of the time it's such a mess. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like, especially in between like improv and stand-up, improv like and sketch, obviously like you have to have like a little bit of like some sort of backup, something like planned out, like some sort of experience, whereas open mic nights for stand-up, anyone can get up.
Anyone.
And a lot of these kinds of shows, that means that so many people are signing up that the person that brings the most audience members will get up. So that can include, if it's a later show in the night, some random guy that's super drunk out with all of his friends who are like, "You're the funniest guy in our group. You should totally get up and do it." And so he walks in. He doesn't have to pay because he's signing up, but all of his friends will pay. He's getting up and he's getting a solid spot, and it's gonna be a mess. And that is stand-up.
Fun world.
I don't know. Maybe Las Vegas helps me be less like horrified by any of
Lee
these
Angeles
things.
posted a really sweet message in the chat while we were bitching about comedy stuff. It was very sweet.
It.
Thank you, Lee
I
Angeles.
missed it.
Now
I feel bad. I'll check it soon, I promise. So soon.
Final Fantasy Master wants to know if we can unpack why you hate one of your brothers.
I don't hate one of my brothers, I just don't know him very well. He makes my mom upset a lot.
Well, all right.
He's a half brother. He's very old.
Okay.
Much older. But my brother Matt is so cool. He lives in LA, so I need to get out there soon. He's an amazing artist. And I will tweet out his DeviantArt or whatever he's doing right now. He's wonderful. Don't roll your eyes.
I wasn't rolling mine. That was definitely not an eye roll.
You look so much like that sometimes. Oh God. Oh God.
Lackey asks, with the new studio being the same place where you'll be living, will you be able to maintain any semblance of privacy or separation from Hyper when you need to avoid feeling like you're always at work? No, but I don't already.
Yeah, like you.
I'm here more than I'm at home. So much more. I'm home on average maybe 6 to 8 hours out of a 24-hour day. 8 on a good day.
Yeah.
So I think it's the next logical step. Honestly.
Yeah, why not?
Hey!
As
Boy
Wonder. As Boy Wonder.
Yeah.
I love it.
Blue Jay says, Zach, you've stated before the dancing for subs is an important tool for generating subs. Have you ever thought about having a dance break tip tier? Not necessarily. Because we dance for subs, we don't want it to get ridiculous. And usually tips as a sign of appreciation, you know, like, I think they deserve a thank you. And if they're incorporated into the show in some way, you know, and that's not to say it'll never happen. We'll see. But definitely for RPGs, we don't want to interrupt in that kind of way, so.
There are definitely times on Off the Trails where once I understood, like, once I finally got to, like, figure out the breakdown of the way that, like, bits work, where I've been like, oh my God, no, okay, so I'm understanding how much this actually is. And I felt like they deserve, like, a good shimmy shake, so.
So you shimmy shake.
It's, something that we think about.
Trogaf wants to know if the new studios will have sprinklers. One of them will. The other will have a fire extinguisher. Lumiere wants to know how many fingers am I going to destroy building the new studios? Guys, come on!
Thank you, Mr. Owl, for the bits.
So we know he wants to know if fuck the landlord sign's still under the floor.
You didn't answer the last one. How many?
I'm gonna be fine. We purposely put ourselves in a situation where there's no building. We're not building a spaceship. That was a stupid idea.
Joe isn't here.
It's true. I don't
Put
have
your life at risk, apparently.
I mean, I like what we did here.
I say
but-
this with love. We all miss Joe very much,
Yeah.
even though he's only like 2.5 hours away.
But yes, the fuck the landlord sign is still under the floor. Paradox says, here's a long joke for you, Zach. Great. I'm just going to read this without prepping, and we'll see if it's fine. I hope it's okay. Bears all over the world have been waking up early from hibernation. A bear wakes up and starts heading down the highway and comes upon a bar. Bear goes into Bob's bar and says, "Hi, Bob. I'm a thirsty bear. Give me a beer." Bob replies, "I'm sorry, Bear. We don't serve bears."
Wait,
Because there's a misspelling there. You misspelled something in your joke if you were trying to trip me up. We don't serve bears bear at Bob's bar, and pointed to a sign on the wall with a bear in a red circle with a red slash going through it. "Come on, Bob. I just woke up from hibernating. I need a beer." Bob replies, "I'm sorry, Bear. We don't serve bears bear at Bob's bar. Bob, if you don't give me a beer, I'm going to eat one of those women down at the end of the bar. I'm sorry, Bear. We don't serve bears beer at Bob's bar." Bear walks down and just mauls one of the women and eats her. "Now give me a beer, Bob." "I'm sorry, Bear. We don't serve drug addicts at Bob's bar." "What? That was a bar bitch you ate."
I love alliteration. Is that it? Are there more bees?
It's all the bees.
I love alliteration. Who said this to you?
Paradox.
Oh, Paradox. Classic Paradox. Woo! Boo, says Emma.
Yeah, a barbiturate.
Barbiturate? That's funny. Okay, now one about badgers that leads to benzodiazepine.
Bob Lorda says, "Sally, you are a self-proclaimed comedian. And as a viewer,
Ooh.
I can agree. But when did you first decide that you wanted to be and identified as such? How did that affect your life, if at all? When did you decide to get into comedy and all that shit?"
It was after I'd spent my lost year in between Las Vegas and Seattle when I lived in Olympia, Washington. And it was terrible. And I spent like a year inside by myself. Started playing WoW again for the first time in like 2 years at that point. No, okay, like a year and a half. Okay, like a year and like 4 months. I finally got Mists of Pandaria. Anyway, I listened to a lot of podcasts. It led me into the same thing that I talked about. Like I wanted to get into sketch writing, things like that. Then realized like, oh, I guess I need to try doing stand-up first and hate it and suck at it. And then apparently it didn't suck that much. But I still am not like, I mean, it's not my, again, stand-up isn't my thing.
It's not your thing? Do you identify as a stand-up comedian on?
That's what I've been doing.
On Tinder. Is that how you like identify?
Please, on Tinder, I identify as a cat mom and a proto-comedian, a short proto-comedian, and
I'm sure.
and renegade over Paragon, and that's about it.
How's that working out for you?
You know what? Fall else fails. I've always got the Giphy to fall back on. I've always got gifts of me and sweet baby JSA. Just doing our thing. Is Green Eye Trombonist a little? Actually, the first time I did stand up was at some kind of like Girl Scout camp thing. When I was little, I did Pokemon impressions, Pokemon sounds.
Do you have any good heckler stories? Anybody ever heckle you and you put them in their place?
Oh, I mean, like, I put most of them in their place. That's where, like, the first story that came to mind was, like, a bad heckler story from a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Just one of those kinds of things where it's like, oh, producers should deal with this kind of heckling is one thing, another one. I did have, a couple months ago, somebody, and this sounds horrible because it was random, and somebody suddenly started shouting at me in like a deep downtown late night show in Seattle to go back to Mexico.
Really?
Which I was just very puzzled by. Just like, well, don't say that to anyone, but also I've never been. I would love to. No, you know it. Just get back over. Like, it was really weird. It was within like the first minute and a half of like what was
interesting
going to be like 10 minutes, and it was towards the latter part of like a later show, and that's pretty much all I could gather from it. This is only about 2 months ago now, and it was very.
We can blame Trump for that one, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Can we? Sure. I don't know.
I think
can
so.
we?
I think
can
we're at that
we?
point. We were able to blame Obama for a while, so we can blame Trump now, right?
Well, we weren't really. Here at Hyper RPG, we take no stance on politics.
It's true, though.
It's true, but I've never been to Mexico before. I would love to visit. But
oh, cool! Mike in the Tub is now a thumper in training.
Oh, Mike in the Tub.
Thanks, Mike in the Tub.
Wait, is this
that one?
Is this my mic?
That's your mic in the tub.
Is this Mike? Is this?
Is that a Tinder mic?
Oh God, I hope not. Oh God. I hope not.
So, Mr. Thrope asked a question a second ago about why the move down to LA. I thought moving up here was a really big deal. Mr. Thrope, let me make it extremely clear. We're not moving everything to LA. In fact, more shows are still going to be shot in Seattle. That's extremely clear. There are still 5 large RPG shows being shot in Seattle. Everything else is an expansion in Los Angeles. So it's an upgrade. Slano Cheater, thank you for the follow. So when I say it's an upgrade and it's an expansion pack, it literally is. We're literally adding content. We're adding a lot of content. We're going to be live just as many hours by the end of the week, and there's still going to be a lot of content shooting up here. So it's not like we're moving the channel. It's literally an expansion to what already is pretty awesome. So, and we've talked before about why there's a need for that, and why we have to do it. And a lot of that has to do with exposure and getting the word out. We're really proud of the shows we've made here and the RPGs and what we've been able to accomplish this year. And at the end of the day, the biggest problem we have is that not enough people know we exist. Not enough people tune in. We're really proud of the shows we're making. We think they're better and far and above and beyond the typical standard of what's on the platform. So we just need more people to know about it and to tune in. And the connections that we have in Los Angeles from an outreach standpoint are much higher. So we keep the big and awesome shows that we have up here, and then we get new shows that bring in more viewers, and then we get to show all those new viewers all the amazing stuff that we have going on up here. So that's the idea, and it's already going well. We have a lot of exciting stuff to tell you on Monday. Slano Cheater says,
really?
Can you explain your show? My first time watching you.
We are a hyperactive, interactive community. Okay, actually, no. I know what the people like. We are a hyperactive, interactive. God, I've done it better. I am wearing a crew neck.
So for someone who's new and doesn't know the channel, and they're like, "Can you please explain? This is my first time here," and then you do a JSA voice, like they just think you're fucking crazy.
So what do they think when JSA does it?
They think he's fucking crazy. We have proof of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love him.
But Slano Cheater, so basically this is a show called Honesty Hour, and it's a time and a chance for us to update you on all the things going on at the channel, get to know some of our wonderful hosts that work with us here on the channel, and it's a time that we tell you everything that's going on, and just kind of open up and answer questions, and talk about our books, how the company's doing, update you on everything. The company itself is rather large. We have like 30 people that we employ here at Hyper RPG. Not full-time. Full-time is 4 people, and very soon, I'm not going to tell you that number. You'll find out Monday. But we have a small amount of full-time, lots of part-time employees here. So we like to update on everybody on where their money as subscribers or tippers to this channel is going, so they feel like they're making a solid investment.
And there are notably like a lot of changes going on right now. A lot, but not bad ones. So, and again, JSA and I, we will be very much around. Like, that is not something to be concerned about. Wait, what? Oh, damn. You're going, I have a question for you.
What?
What made you go Shiba with your pet?
It was a Christmas present for Malika last year. That's what she wanted.
She wanted Shiba.
She wanted Shiba. She did a lot of research. She wanted a Shiba. She wanted a, what did she call it? A primitive dog breed.
Wait, what? Oh.
I don't. This is Malika's stuff.
Wolves. Oh, okay.
Apparently Shibas, like Huskies, are a primitive dog breed. One of the few primitive dog breeds.
And wolves.
I guess
We're
wolves
big
are probably
butthole.
a primitive dog breed too.
Showers. What's your favorite kaiju story?
He's a fucking monster.
Well, we all know
my
that.
favorite story right now is that yesterday he ate a cup of chocolate and
Oh, Emily told me about that.
had to feed him ice cream with peroxide to make him vomit, and he vomited running around the entire apartment. We had to throw away a rug, and then he tried to go back around the apartment and eat all that vomit back up, and it was a good time. It was a lot of fun. Shiba!
Pups.
But he's fine. We got him to throw it up quick enough. So
Yeah, he sneezed in my mouth
He sneezed in your mouth.
a little while ago.
Honestly, I mean,
He's a youngling.
he was a really cute.
Oh, thank you, Iterator 5, for the resub.
He's still a pretty cute dog, but he was when he was a puppy. When we first picked him out of the from the breeder, he was pretty stinking cute. Like, he was cooing when we picked him up. Like, he was so tiny you could hold him in one hand, and he was just like cooing when we picked
Can we
him up.
hear an actual? Oh my god, like a little owl.
I think I actually have a video of that.
Oh my god. I mean, it's not like he's what, like a year
He's
and
a year
a
old.
month now? Like
A year and a month, yeah.
yeah. So he's still like a
He
a
was born on
baby.
Thanksgiving last year, yeah.
Oh my gosh. He's
a
stinking
fucking
cute.
monster.
No, but he's a puppy.
Fucking monster.
He's crazy pants.
Yeah.
But he's so soft. Oh my gosh.
Yep, he's a monster.
You made Save Me Jeebus's cup runneth over. And that says something.
He's talking about that cup. He's talking about that cup. This cup. This one right here. This one right here.
Oh, the graphic cup. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a thing that I was just missing out on. Oh, sorry. I don't know my New Testament very well. I just know that he was real into wine. So I thought it was like the cup runneth over with the blood of Christ or something. Thank you, Dino, for the bits. What's up, Dino?
Oh man.
Haven't seen you in here for a while. Oh, I'm really excited.
Trying to
If
find
you're
that
just
video.
popping by.
Oh, Jumpy McSpasm.
Jumpy McSpasm.
Yes. That's who
love
that
that
was.
name.
Thank you
Woo.
for that.
It's great.
Appreciate it.
It's real great.
Well, I was trying to find that video for you. It looks like Malika has the cooing video. What a bummer there.
Can we drop that link in chat right now?
But that's what
Someone.
I mean. That's what he looked like. As
Oh
a little-
my god. His eyes are so wrinkly.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like so many flaps of
Little
skin.
flap of skin. I don't know if you can see that. Nope, you can't. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it.
God. Stinking cute.
Hey, what's up, Jumpy?
I never got to see what Anya looks like when she was like a wee baby. Because I
Yeah.
got her when she was around 9-ish months old. And I have one picture of her from about like a month before I got her. And that's it. And so consider yourself very lucky to have photos of your sweet Shiba son. As a wee bairn.
Yeah, I guess he's a monster.
Let's Adapt. Anya is around 5-ish now, so she's also a monster. But hey, at least she has the voice of Fran Drescher.
At least. And don't forget, everybody, if you're watching, you can always subscribe to Hyper RPG with Twitch Prime. All you got to do is link up that Amazon account and your Twitch account, and then every month you get a free
Manually
subscription
resend.
to use on any channel of your choice. And we would love if you were to use it here, like Deadly0527,
Thank you.
who just resubscribed with Twitch Prime, which is a manual resubscribe. It does not auto-renew. That's a pretty cool fucking thing.
Something that I've been wanting to point out all night
Yeah, what's up?
is that on our like beat sheet for tonight's show, for tonight's Honesty Hour,
Yeah.
Rai, the beat sheet guy, on his spiel for tomorrow, Thursday, 1 p.m. off the trails, Jim and Sally live off the land in alien isolation.
What does that even fucking mean?
It means the exact opposite of what the entire game, Alien Isolation,
Does he not know what
involves.
the game is? Right.
Is he even here?
What are you doing? Like, what does that even mean, right? Live off the
Live
land?
off the land in alien isolation.
isolation.
2 different versions of this game. Both take place in a space station.
He says he's sorry. He does say he's sorry. The Rai says, I'm sorry.
Wait, I missed it. Did he really?
He said, I'm sorry.
Oh, I see it.
So on the final
Oh.
episode of Off the Trails, you guys are playing
It's
Alien
weird
Isolation.
to say that. It's weird to say that.
Yeah.
Well,
Then after that, we've got the final episode of Land Party.
oh yeah.
And then after that, we have the season finale of Weekly Affirmations. This is the end of season 1. Now, what that means, sometimes I make mistakes and make last-minute edits and throw comic books.
Live off.
The season finale of Weekly Affirmations, and what that means is, like DFA, Weekly Affirmations is going to go on a little hiatus, partly due to our move and our new schedule and everything, and partly because Strix needs a break. She's got a lot of work going on right now, and needs to work on the Kickstarter and everything else that went on. So this is the perfect time to end season 1, and then bring Weekly Affirmations back whenever Strix is ready, after a while, so...
You know who is obsessed with Strix is a lot of us. But
Oh, yeah?
my mom is one of those people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just from like the times that I've been on Weekly Affirmations, she'll always, like after, like she's watched the stream, I talk to her, she's like, she's just so cool. I'm like, yeah, I know, I get it. That's my real answer. Who do I want to be when I grow up? Or what do I want to be? I just want to be the Strix. She's pretty stinking cool.
Yep, she's got a lot of cool things going on right now.
Thank you for the
But of course, she's still
resub.
going to be on DFA every Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll still be on DFA every Friday night.
And Dan also
Running
Geneva Plus
weekly
saying,
affirmations is a lot of work.
Yeah. And Geneva Plus saying, I liked Dan as host. Dan will also be around, just like
Yeah, he'll be around.
Jim and I. Will.
Yeah, just because we don't have those midday shows anymore does not mean strange question, negative assurance. It doesn't.
You meant Anya, Lord.
Yes, I think you meant Anya.
Anya, Lord.
Everybody who was on a midday show is still part of the family and is still going to be around. And we'll still. Have we scheduled you and JSA as guests on Death from Above yet? Has that been discussed?
Rai, are you still watching right now?
He's still watching. Does he not want you to say if you've been it's been discussed?
I don't know. We've never discussed if he doesn't want me.
He was supposed to have asked you and JSA.
Well, I was scheduled. And then I think there was some sort of snafu.
Yeah.
And that scheduling was...
Work in progress is
All
what
right.
I said. Okay.
I don't know about JC and I together. I know that
I don't know if that's a good idea. Actually,
I
don't know if JSA can do it on his own. I think we have to have him teamed up with you.
I would love to do DFA. Mm-hmm. It would be great to have JSA. Here's the thing. On any given, like, show with JSA, you might think that you need me there to...
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm not actually in you that much. And there's only so much that can be... So, okay, here's the thing, Genova Plus, like, I feel like you don't realize I might be absent, like, half the time on Off the Trails, and you would not even notice. I promise you, he's a black hole, and it's just because he is a big character, but he sucks all of the light out of the room.
Somehow the Marauders would be confused about why the Lance of Mechs have covered wagons attached to them.
What am I supposed to do to fix that? I got nothing.
Yeah.
We would absolutely do it together. You know what I'm saying? You can supervise him as much as you want. I am not a radio clown. I am a trustee. I'm an Andy Richter that falls away during the major guest interview, and everyone forgets that I'm actually part of the show. This is a real thing, honesty hour. But hey, we could absolutely do it together, and we would love to do it together. But I would love to do it.
I think in that instance,
And I think
someone would have to take the reins and be the actual thing that's moving things forward, and we know that's not JSA.
I try to do that on Off the Trails, but it's Off the Trails, so I don't know. Thank you, Serenity Valley, for never forgetting Andy Richter. But my name is Sally Jordan, so that's a bit. That was barely a bit. Anyway, to go back to DFA, I've been wanting to be on DFA for a while, and I would love to be on DFA, and I'm good pals with a bit of the DFA cast now, like only having like met them from Hyper RPG, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I know like the new season
Started last week.
Yep. So we've got like
It was a good episode too.
New piping hot villains coming in. So.
Recurring villains this season. What's that mean, though? Guess you have to tune in to find out. Secret
Fridays.
Yeah. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. You guys should get real stupid tomorrow. It'll be a normal show.
While we're living off the land.
Living off the land in alien isolation.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he had you playing like Stardew Valley or something like first, and then just changed the game and.
Well, he specifically messaged both of us, saying like, "Oh, it's like the finale," which seems like such like harsh language, and it's like weird to think of it in those terms. I know like Jim and I are both not thinking of it in those terms, because even in between like any kind of like break, while you're figuring out what to do with us, he and I, we see each other a lot off of Hyper RPG via being comics, doing shows together, so we will figure out stuff no matter what.
He sent me a really sweet message after
to do that.
our meeting on Saturday.
Which I could not make, but it was like pulling that up. It was going to be Stardew Valley, and I think it was just like by virtue of me being the first to reply, Stardew Valley sounds like a great title for Off the Trails. I do love me some Harvest Moon. I know it's very much compared to that. It was really popular when it first came out, but something that so many people, like so many thumpers, had said in the past, which is also like was my favorite game of 2015, was Alien Isolation, and I said that so many times and other people had, and so it's just like, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how that goes as a choice, but if nothing else, at least we'll go out on a spooky note, because look how much we killed with Outlast. So obviously, Jim is going to do real well.
So Jim sent me this message. Hey! Thanks for including me in the community. I'm incredibly proud to be a part of it, and I'm really proud of the hard work you, Rai, and Emily, and everyone else puts into it to make it work.
That sounds like Jim.
Real sweet guy.
Did you think it was a tree? I'm gonna be honest, I missed that portion of last. Can you reenact whatever?
No, it's okay. There's a good clip. There's a really good clip.
Somebody get me that.
Really good clip.
Give me that. Stardew Valley is a little too slow. We should probably go with Alien Isolation. Living off the land. If nothing else, I will be really passionate about Alien. It's one of my...
Malika, did I just walk into a JSA impression? Hey! I hope you're having fun.
It's exactly what you just
in a warm
into.
climate, it's 20 degrees up here. Malika is in Florida.
Wait, what is it there?
Her family.
Well, no, but like, what is like the temperature? It's
like 75 degrees at night.
It's not 20 degrees here
Bullshit,
right now.
It was 24 degrees this morning.
Okay, what is it right now? What is it right now? It's not 20 degrees, Malika.
Okay, right now it's 35 degrees. But this morning...
Money.
I'm excited for what is next for Hyper RPG. Trust and believe Zach Thumpers. He knows what he is doing. Less than 3 now to sleep and be ready to clip another day of programming. Hashtag clip steam, hashtag as technology.
Lady K, one of the first thumpers that I ever recognized and felt like I connected with when I started doing Hyper RPG. Perpetually, it's so much colder. So many other places.
Well, fuck them! I'm cold as shit! And I want to be in 83
Washington
degree
winter.
Look, I lived through many. I lived through many hard winters, and I fucking hated it, and I got the hell out because I fucking hate it. It kills my body so much. Ah!
This is the coldest Seattle winter that I've had in 3 years here.
Wow.
But hey, if it helps, it's just begun. It's only December. January is always the coldest month in any state. in the continental U.S. I just hit my elbow real hard.
Malika, I'm super jealous.
68 degrees. Oh, man.
God,
Where in
it's like perfect
Florida is
temperature.
that?
She's...
Because it gets...
West Palm Beach?
Subscriber.
Thank you. Thank you. For the sub. Wait,
Wait,
so how
Mr.
many
Throat.
was
That was an interesting thing, Mr. Throat. Can you repost that, Mr. Throat? Because I was reading it and the sub wall just went.
What did Mr. Throat say?
White Wabbit says, further proof that Zach is a 70-year-old man bitching about the weather. Yes! This is a known fact.
It's only, like, worse because he's also, like, bitching about how much he wants to be in Florida right now. So that's what really adds to the 70-year-old
Yeah.
man. Where do you go for lunch tomorrow in Vegas? Mitsula? Are you in town? I don't know.
So-
Raising Cane's. The one on West Charleston is my favorite.
AC Wraith, can I taunt critters into a possible bit war during Friday's Open Legend? Yes. Yes, you can. I support that decision. Yes, Matt Mercer will be on the show. Thank you, Denoyo, for those bits, by the way. Matt Mercer will be on the show this Friday at 3 p.m. It's going to be pretty interesting. Matt Mercer
you
on
know
the
his
final
voice.
episode.
You know his voice.
It's high noon. That guy.
What was that?
I'm not going to do it again.
Okay.
Matt Mercer, Friday, 3 p.m. Open Legend
Oh, it's really
mini-series
Vegas.
finale
go to
before
Cane's.
starting the new show, GM'd by Bronze, in January. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh god. It's on DI in Durango. Something barbecue. It's like a anime. TC's Rib Crib. It was on DI in Durango and then it moved like down to like Spring Valley in Durango, I want to say. TC's Rib Crib. That's where you need to go for lunch tomorrow in Vegas. Because I like dry ribs. And they do them. And I like beef ribs too. I don't like pork. So it's TC's Rib Crib. Somewhere on Durango. It's not that far from DI and Durango. They moved like a few blocks down. Did you really have TC's for lunch today, Mitsula? I don't believe you for a second. Las Vegas talk. I never ever plan to live there again in my life, but I do miss it sometimes. For very specific reasons. Such as Raising Cane's and TC's Rib Crib. Durango and Twain. Oh shit, Mitsula. I feel like we probably have like 500 mutual friends on Facebook. Las Vegas, real small town. At the end
Do you
of the
know a
day.
guy by the name of Gabriel? What is Gabe's last name? I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's a fellow with an H, right?
He's a really good friend of mine, and I can't remember his last name right now, and I feel like a real jerk.
Look
'Cause
him up and
he's
see if I'm like a
Gabriel DiCharia. You know that guy? He's a good friend of mine from Las Vegas. He grew up in Las Vegas.
No, I don't actually.
How old are you?
I'm turning 24
Oh yeah.
in exactly
He's way
6
too.
days.
He's my age, so you probably wouldn't know him.
Well, here's the thing.
He
I
was
know a
long
lot
gone.
of people in Vegas. Okay, long gone is one thing.
Yeah.
If they were still there and they were older, unfortunately, I would know them because people in Vegas.
He's a good dude. He's an actor. Good dude.
Did his Facebook say what high school he went to?
He told me once.
Did he go to?
It's public.
Did he go to the art high school?
What?
Negative assurance.
What? Shit.
Isn't that what we're doing right now? Making Twitch great again.
What? The fucking what? Shit. What are you doing? What are you doing? What you doing that for?
Calendros, I agree.
Thank you, Negative Assurance.
I hate those
Shit.
birthdays.
Damn. Thank you. That's pretty rad. Thank you for that. Hell yeah. We are gonna make Twitch great again. Was it ever great?
It is now. That's the best my voice has sounded all night. Was when I did that slow. It is now. Yeah, that was great. That was great. Anything else? Let's say Las Vegas Academy though. Let me just tell you. Zargras, don't feel old. You just make me feel young.
We're about to raid somebody. We're just looking for who to raid.
Is Jason on?
I don't know.
Follow too many people.
We have to. We connected.
You know who's one of my Twitch inspirations? Charlie Winsmore.
I thought Bronze was on tonight, but I guess she's not.
Charlie Winsmore. He's someone that I love so much.
Huh.
Troy Lental. That does not sound like a good idea at all. That is someone that I guess is unrelated, but someone that I am very much a fan of. So, sorry, I just dug back into your saltines.
It's all
They're
good.
just so freaking good.
Oh, Bronze's alarm didn't go off. She's working on getting going soon. Oh, that's gonna drive her crazy.
So she just sets a late night alarm. That is commitment. And we should all bless Bronze for that. That's another person. I have like a friend crush on Bronze.
Bronze is awesome.
Yeah, I know. And I really want her to be like my good pal, but
Maybe you want to be friends?
yeah,
You know, it's been a
scary.
while. It's been a while since we threw a raid at the #1 Alex, and he's an awesome guy. I'm a real big fan of the #1 Alex. He stopped by the studio when he was in town for PAX. Really good dude. So we're gonna throw a raid to the #1 Alex.
Give her the resub, bud.
You did miss it, Rasnick. We're going. We gotta go home. We gotta. Denoyo, thank you for that. Aw.
Good night to you too.
Thank you guys for the bits tonight. Thank you for the conversation, hanging out. Tune in tomorrow. For the last day of Thursday programming, like
Starting with Off the Trails.
Off the Trails, and then Land Party, and I think Goobers is on tomorrow on Land Party.
This is Land Party.
And then we've got the most weekly affirmations of weekly affirmation episodes that we've had in a very long time. Season 1 finale, and some of the favorite people that have come through the show playing Tales of the Crystals.
Tales of the Crystals,
which
wasn't
is
that
a
weird horse
VHS.
game?
It's a VHS
Pony game?
kind of thing. I don't know if it's Pony. I don't fucking know about that. Oh, look at these new.
Whoa, look at all these
Bud
followers.
McGregor,
Chaotic Soul
Thank you for that.
Thank you. I know that
make
there
sure you tune in
is
tomorrow.
a weird like $5.99 Steam game. That's something Tales of the Crystals.
Gotcha.
A fun.
I don't have any
Horse.
idea what you're talking about.
It's about horsies.
No, it's okay.
What? Empty Noctis?
We're gonna raid the #1 Alex. Get that command ready. Get that command ready.
But be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. PST.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We're living off the
You
land.
don't want to miss it. You don't
Living
want
off
to miss
the
it.
land.
Living
in
off the
alien
land.
isolation.
And Alien Isolation. Then make sure you're here on Friday for episode 2 of season 2 of Death from Above. Episode 1 was absolutely amazing. And then be here Monday, 1 p.m. for the State of the Union channel address, where we're gonna talk about everything 2017. Lots of exciting stuff. Literally every day we're locking in new and exciting things. Be there Monday. You do not want to miss that. It's gonna be awesome.
In space, no one can hear you thump.
Yeah, what? What? That sounds when you use it like that,
It
like
was about alien isolation.
no one can hear you thump. That sounds.
Money.
Thanks for hanging out, Sally. Get that voice back.
Yes, and thanks,
Hashtag
Sally, for hanging
Neonet.
out.
Hashtag SassBrowns.
Thank you, Genova Plus. I will, the second that I walk out of this building, silence until 1 p.m. tomorrow. So
All right, you guys ready to do this raid?
I'll show
And if
you
you're a
phrasing.
if you're a new subscriber or a new viewer, head over. The number one Alex is an awesome dude. He plays a ton of classic games. He's playing Until Dawn tonight. But he's an awesome guy, great streamer. Check him out. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Go! Raid! Go have fun! Make new friends! Represent the channel well!
Go,
Do
go,
it!
go.
Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do
Get
it!
out! Get
Do
out
it!
of here!
Do it!
We don't watch
Go.
it. Get out!
Do it! Go! Do it!
This is like Harry and the Hendersons. So sad.